One of the best tools that I use in regards to relationships, particularly dramatic relationships, where there is a lot of codependency, there's a lot of ups and downs, and people come to me and they say, what is happening in this relationship? Often it can happen in the family, or it can happen with a significant other, or just a friend. And it's Stephen Cartman was the original guy that came up with this concept, what's called the drama triangle. And basically there are three parts to this drama triangle. One is the victim, one is the rescuer, and one is the persecutor. Often when people come to you as the victim, they come not really wanting any solution for their problem. They actually are telling you because they want you to fix their problem. They don't want to take any responsibility. They would rather use their brain than your brain, use your initiative than their initiative. And they will come to you as a poor me and as a victim, and I need rescuing. It's very easy to fall into a rescuer role, especially if you're a nurturing type of personality, where you essentially feel like it's your job to help people who are in trouble, people who are sad. The problem with that is that we can overstep and we can come into a place where we're actually taking responsibility for that victim, and that becomes just a very codependent, horrible relationship. Before too long, you will feel drained and you will feel like, oh, gee, I'm stuck in this now and I don't know how to get out of it. The third role up the top is the persecutor role. So the persecutor is someone who's really, I guess, a bit controlling, a bit black and white, a bit self-righteous, a bit angry, sometimes manipulative. They don't mean to be, but they're trying to teach this victim a lesson, right? And often what happens is the rescuer can become the persecutor when they get fed up, and all these roles become interchangeable, and you end up, you've got this other persecutor over here, the victim is finding the rescuer, and then everyone's inevitably attacking everyone because no one understands me, no one knows what's going on here, and it's a complete powerless cycle. You will go from one point to the other. We all have a starting gate where we come in and we go, okay, here's this victim, here's this person who's helpless and hopeless, and I'm going to do something for them. Whether you become the over-rescuer, over-nurturer, taking responsibility for them, or whether you become just get up and you got to get on with it, and if you don't, then you're a hopeless human being, which is the persecutor role. Now, when we look at the healthy triangle is the student, mediator, teacher. What we want to do is when a victim comes to us, or even when a persecutor comes to us, then what we want to do is we want to step into that healthy triangle. So let's say a victim comes to us and they say, look, this is all happening in my life, and poor me, and it's all everybody else's fault, and what am I going to do about it? And it always happens to me, and I'm always, and they're sinking into that place. What you want to do is not be the rescuer, but be the mediator. So what you're actually doing is pulling them out of that rescuer role, out of that victim role, into the student. And then when they become the student, they're looking at their persecutor as the teacher, as something that they can learn from, something that they can grow from. You're causing them to take responsibility for their actions, and you're mediating between them and this situation or person. It might not be a person, it might just be a situation. It might be, oh, I just have a bad day, I always have a bad day. Well, let's look at this as maybe our teacher rather than our persecutor. I always get speeding tickets. Well, maybe you're just sitting in the victim and you need to learn something about, I don't know. But it's becoming this mediator. Rather than taking responsibility for them, bring them over into your triangle, put the support mechanisms around them, then it's up to them. Help them to take responsibility and become the student. Can I encourage you today to look at these triangles and ask yourself a lot when you're in this drama situation, which triangle are you in? And you want to stay over in this healthy triangle, become the teacher, the mediator, or the student, not the victim, the rescuer, and the persecutor.